The United States is committed to full equality for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people. No one should face discrimination or harassment because of who they are or whom they love. We're proud to partner with the Jaipur Literature Festival to raise LGBTQI+ voices. Enjoy the next segment.
Hi, my name is Saattvic. I'm an economist. I grew up between Bombay and Delhi. The reason I'm talking to you today is that the course of my life over the last few years hasn't actually been dictated by the things that I have done, but sadly by something that I have absolutely no control over. The fact that amongst all these other things, I also happen to be gay. I met my partner, Gaurav, in 2014, and we've been together now for over 7 years. And while it was absolutely amazing to be together, it sort of slowly dawned upon us living in India that the country just wouldn't let us live a life of dignity that most heterosexual people take for granted. When we met, being gay was still illegal. And even though homosexuality was decriminalized, it became abundantly apparent to us that we wouldn't be able to do something as simple as get married, settle down, have a family, which most people take for granted. And so we made the tough decision to uproot our lives and move to a place where we do have the legal right to get married, Canada. And now I must emphasize that we are, two of the lucky few that are able to do something like this. And there's a whole host of people that don't have this option available to them, that can't partake of the simple pleasures of life that most people are accustomed to. There are studies that show that rates of depression and suicide may be between 6 to 12 times higher in the LGBTQ population as compared to the rest of the population in India. We know from several other studies that rates of HIV are much higher. And these three health issues put together lead to LGBTQ people participating less often in the workforce. LGBTQ people are just more sick more often. And on top of that, when they do participate, studies show that they are on average 10% less productive because of societal pressures than the rest of the population. And all of this combined could be taking off up to 1.7% of India's GDP every year, according to a World Bank study. Now, not only does this directly lead to an impact in terms of lost hours, there's evidence to show that a more diverse workplace makes other workers more productive. Studies have shown positive correlations between LGBTQ inclusive policies and things like stock market returns, profitability, productivity indices. It's no wonder that 90% of the Fortune 500 countries have very strong pro-LGBTQ company policies in place. On top of that, affording LGBTQ people rights also attracts investment. And so by denying the LGBTQ community equal rights and socially excluding them, you're actually keeping away foreign investment. There's lots of evidence and research that establishes a link between LGBTQ friendliness and foreign investment. Expats from different countries, in the West, don't like to relocate to places which are socially exclusive. And what's more, people like me, who are well educated and talented, have the option of getting up and leaving. And this has led to a phenomenon that the literature calls the gay brain drain. It is when people move, sexual migration as well. People move not to make their economic lot better off, but they move because they are denied equal rights in the place that they originally are from. Therefore, a bunch of people, including me, have petitioned the Honorable Delhi High Court to reinterpret Indian law to allow LGBTQ people to be legally married. And I hope, and I pray, and I dream of an India where I can exist and enjoy a basic life of dignity, and the circumstances of my life are determined not by a historic accident of what I happen to be born as, but by the things that I want to do, my talents and my choices. I hope for such an India, and I hope that you are with me in this prayer. Thank you.